So there's kind of a lot to unpack here. Allegedly, not too long ago, someone by the name of Connor did announce that there's over 50 teams building on VeChain. And keep in mind, Connor is allegedly advising startups on VeChain. Not to mention, even vWorld AI, which is VeChain's somewhat massive answer to be focused in the world of AI. That recently announced that 6 updates happened to Agent Suite in just this week. And keep in mind, Agent Suite is what powers vWorld AI. So we got to think about this. When it comes to VeChain, they're doing massive things as of late, especially when it comes to the case of AI. And it seems like a lot of teams seem to be building on VeChain, even given unfavorable market conditions as of right now, like in this space, for instance, that we're seeing in 2026. So I'm going to talk all about this and talk about how this could impact VeChain moving forward. And I'll talk about the price a little bit later, but it's not really about that anyways because the price hasn't moved much. But at the same time, I just want to clarify, this is just my personal perspective, review, and nothing I say is financial advice, and I'm not telling anyone to do anything. So again, let me just address this part first, right? As to how allegedly there's over 50 teams building on VeChain. The reason why this is pretty impressive is because some other projects, as of right now, they struggle to even get like 2 teams to build on them. Like, it's very difficult. It's not that easy as of right now. At a time like right now, a lot of developers are leaving. A lot of teams are leaving. They're not wanting to enter. So the fact that there's over 50 that's building on VeChain, it showcases that they might see something there fundamentally speaking, especially when it comes to the case of the VeChain Thor blockchain. Now, if I take a look at it as well, furthermore, vWorld AI recently announced how 6 updates to Agent Suite shipped this week. So what does that mean? It means that they're treating Agent Suite very seriously. Again, to just kind of simple things down, basically through vWorld AI, through Agent Suite, VeChain is very focused on AI through that. Now, people like to tell me, well, why hasn't VeChain's AI efforts been such a massive success? Well, it's because if we take a look at vWorld AI, recently launched, right? So there's nothing really too much to go off of there. So it's fairly new. And also when it comes to Agent Suite, they announced it quite recently. So again, there's not really too much I can go off of there. But if anything, it showcases that VeChain is putting in the effort to be really focused when it comes to AI. They're not treating it as a joke. They're not treating it for fun. No, they're treating it very seriously. And keep in mind, VeChain is somewhat emulating the Near protocol, in my opinion. The reason why I say that is because when I first believed in the Near protocol, like, I didn't hear anyone mention it at all when it comes to Near and the aspect of AI. But guess what? Near slowly but surely shifted its focus when it comes to AI, arguably a lot sooner, I should say, when compared to VeChain. They did it pretty early on, and eventually Near is now known as a place for AI, whereas originally it wasn't really. So that's the thing. When it comes to the Near protocol, we have to keep in mind, initially it was known as just this project that has an aspect of sharding technology. That was kind of like the big thing that a lot of people cared about. Now, in case someone is wondering what is that, through sharding, the network is split into multiple sections known as shards, and workload on the network is distributed amongst these different shards, which inherently makes, it very scalable. So of course, that was kind of the big thing for Near in the past. But now we take a look at Near, it's really known for AI. It's to the point that Near even makes up, allegedly the last time I checked, the largest percentage in Grayscale's decentralized AI fund. So we gotta let that sink in. Ever heard about the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust? Yeah, I'm talking about that Grayscale. The Grayscale Bitcoin Trust has over 100,000 Bitcoin, keep in mind. So if something like Grayscale cares that much about Near, it showcases that it is possible for a project out there to shift its focus to AI when it comes to this space. We've seen it happen before when it comes to Near. So why can't VeChain do the same thing? A lot of people like to tell me that VeChain's going to fail for whatever reason, that it can't do what Near did and it can't shift its focus when it comes to AI. But why not though? I mean, there's no saying that it will be successful or not. There's no way to tell as of right now. But if Near can do it, why can't this? I mean, the Near protocol, it was popular. But the VeChain Thor blockchain is also popular. Like, VeChain overall is also very popular. Now, VeChain originally is very well known for its focus when it comes to supply chain management, but why can't it shift its focus when it comes to AI? much like what Near did, right? I don't see what's wrong with that. And they're trying. And keep in mind how difficult it must be to try in 2026. As of right now, the sentiment is down. A lot of developers don't want to enter as of right now. A lot of people are leaving when it comes to this space, but VeChain is treating it as a moment where they want to improve as of right now. So that's quite impressive. And again, for the people out there that tell me that, oh, VeChain, they should stick with supply chain management. They have no business being focused when it comes to AI. But again, what business does Near have to be focused on AI? You know what I mean? And they did it. So why can't VeChain? And at least they're doing it as of right now, or at least they're trying, right? I should say that, but yeah, they're trying. So why not? I mean, we'll wait and see what happens, but if they don't try, how will they know? That's the way I take a look at it. Now, people like to tell me, well, VeChain can't even handle AI adoption in the first place. Well, why though? I don't agree with that actually. I mean, fundamentally, we see what's there. Like, when it comes to the VeChain Thor blockchain, we take a look at how ever since 2018 it has had a total of 0 network outages. So in terms of reliability, that's often what people care about, right? When it comes to the case of AI, and VeChain Thor has that covered. So I don't see why it can't handle it. Now, again, if I take a look at it, how there's over 50 teams allegedly now building when it comes to VeChain, seeing how there's 6 updates to Agent Suite that was shipped this week, at least according to a post made by VWorld AI. When I'm seeing all of that right there, those are not telltale signs to me that VeChain has given up. That's not the case. If anything, it showcases that they're speeding things up when a lot are slowing down, especially in 2026, in terms of the fundamentals. Now, if I take a look at the price, there's not really much to go off of there. If we take a look at it, VeChain, it's just been kind of stagnating for the past month. I mean, the market cap for the past month has still been around like 400 million. Like, there's really not much to go off of there as of right now. But the thing I'd like to mention is this. If we take a look at VeChain, people sometimes like to tell me that, oh, if it never overtakes Solana or let's say BNB, something like that, they say, oh, that means it's a failure. I highly disagree with that, because if we take a look at the world of cars, for instance, right, does Volvo need to become the #1 car brand out there in the world? No, in my opinion. I mean, it's already famous as is. I mean, sure, it might not be #1, but not every car brand out there has to be #1. Much like in the case of VeChain. Case in point, market cap as of right now, around 400 million. Back in December of 2024, around 5.3 billion. So the journey back to there is around 13 times currently. Let's just let that sink in. Going from right now to December of 2024 is around 13 times. December of 2024, it wasn't some random, unachievable thing. No, we've seen it before. And even in the grand scheme of things, that wasn't even considered that good anyways, because the all-time high market cap when it comes to VeChain was like at around 14 billion almost. So around a 5 billion market cap really wasn't anything that special. But yet, we're so low compared to that. So it showcases that if VeChain just goes back to a previous baseline, which wasn't even anything monumental to begin with, like again, the journey is already around 13 times. So I find that quite legendary in a sense where, okay, I get it. It may seem kind of bad that the price is low, but to me, if something's low, isn't maybe the hypothetical journey farther away? It's like, for instance, the closer I am to a floor, the farther away the ceiling is. That's just my mentality. So when it comes to VeChain, I mean, I just don't really see what's wrong with it fundamentally. If anything, I think it's improving. It's quite low, which I don't mind, by the way, because I don't mind things being low because I am dollar cost averaging approximately once a month, even though that's just personally me. I'm not telling anyone to do anything. But again, when I take a look at all that, I just don't really see what's wrong when it comes to VeChain. Okay, yeah, VeChain's down, but so is like pretty much the whole market when it comes to this space. So it's doing nothing unusual. But if the common denominator is that projects are just going down, generally speaking, what do I want to focus on? I want to focus on the outliers. I want to focus on the ones that keep on building and keep on trying to improve, especially at a time like this. And I'm seeing that when it comes to VeChain because they're trying to improve. Sunny Liu, the CEO, when it comes to VeChain, he still seems very motivated. I take a look at VeChain, they still have an ongoing partnership with the UFC. And also I take a look at what they did not too long ago with PowerSlap. So in terms of exposure, they're already there. What's the missing hypothetical ingredient? It's just a hypothetical change in market sentiment. That's it. So if the only thing I have to wait for is the market changing, I'll gladly wait for that. I don't want to wait for a project that's not that good fundamentally. That's the one that I don't want to wait for. But if I like it fundamentally and I'm seeing improvements, then I don't mind waiting for the market to change, because the core fundamentals of a project changing, that's really difficult, right? But the market sentiment changing, that's a different case. That could sometimes happen randomly. But a project, it's very rare for it to randomly become good fundamentally. That's the thing. So I don't mind waiting if I like the product. If I like the project, then I don't mind waiting. That's the thing. But again, waiting is the least of my concerns. I'm waiting anyways. I'll gladly wait for years if I have to. Because the way I take a look at it is this. If let's say I'm holding or I'm not, I'm still going to have to continue on with my journey anyways, right? Like in 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030. And of course, I'm still going to have to, make it through 2026 and all this. But I'm just saying, whether I'm holding or I'm not, my journey still goes on. It's like, for instance, 10 years ago, like a decade ago, right? Did I believe in Bitcoin? No. Did it do its thing without me? Yeah, it did. But I also still continued on with my journey anyways, right? And I wasn't holding. But had I held, I would have still done the same journey anyways. I still made it through like 2017, 2018, 2019 and all this. So again, by me holding, it's not causing me any additional pressure. That's not the case. Now, I'm not telling anyone to do anything, and it's purely voluntary on my part, but I'm just saying, like, holding is just a background activity to me. So I just don't mind, and I don't mind waiting. But yeah, I'll be sure to make more updates moving forward when it comes to VeChain. So hopefully y'all stay tuned for that. I want to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful and very happy day. It's been Lee the Captain. I'm out. Peace. Bye.